session. Okay, excellent. So thank you very much for joining us on this very frosty or possibly snowy, depending on where you are, morning. I hope you've all got a nice warm cup of tea or coffee. So this morning's session, Richard and I are going to be talking about donation reporting. So you may have noticed in your partner area, there is now a new section underneath your reports that says explore the new reporting area. So we launched this a couple of weeks ago, so it's had plenty of time to bed down and it's been tested. So you've basically got two reporting facilities at the moment, the old one and the new one. So they're running in parallel with each other for the next 6 months. The new service is slightly different in that it doesn't, actually it does show on the screen. Sorry, I'm getting myself confused with our charity partner areas. So it does show on the screen, but the main benefit actually is that you can schedule the reports and you can also download them very, very easily. So you can schedule them so you can receive them daily, weekly, or monthly. And the information that you get in the new reports will be up until midnight the day before. So alongside that, we've also brought out a new search facility, which sits up here in the top of your partner area alongside your company name. And this is a new enhanced search facility, so you can search for tributes that have been created, but also you can search for donation information. So I'm going to hand you over to Richard. He's going to show you actually demonstrate the partner area and the new functionality that we've launched. So over to you, Rich.
Okay, thanks very much, Sally. There's my screen all shared. Hopefully you can see my partner area. We're in our demonstration partner area here, a much loved demo page. So some of the data does look a bit strange, lots of much loved page creations. But your new reporting section lives up here in reports. And your existing ones, like Sally said, can be accessed here. So the overview and tributes to a branch as per they were. The new reporting area is accessed in the little button at the bottom. And it looks very very familiar. Obviously all the same data, but just the ability to cut it slightly differently. One key difference actually was some feedback we had from our funeral director partnerships was when we look now at the tributes, they are cut by funeral date as opposed to page creation date. So when people when funeral directors were asking about looking at their attach rates within a month, that was getting slightly skewed from their own data. So it's now by funeral date. You can still look at the creation dates report. That's in reports and the old tribute per branch section. But what you can do, we've got some quick data cuts, data cuts. So if you want to look at the, say, for example, the last quarter, you can easily do that. If you want to look obviously just at the last month, very easy to access all this information. And you can now also set up a scheduled report. So if we want to have all the funeral, all pages set up in the last month, and you want to receive that on the 1st of each month, simply set up a schedule. You can obviously select how you want it done. So let's say we want it per month and we want all the information, and an email will then be sent to your partner area email address. So your login email address, save that and your report will just appear each month. Similarly, the activity report, again, exactly the same. You can look at all the activity on any page, and you can also have the easy data cuts. If you want to see about the funds raised for a particular branch, again, this will be by the donation date, obviously, and again, just easily access whatever date you wish. Obviously, it's exactly the same for the funds. So a lot more flexibility. The scheduling, if you do want your reports out each month, then it just means you just don't have to think too much about it. Just set them up and they'll be sent to you. If you are one of our clients using our review section, you can also download all the reviews that you've received. They'll be summarized sort of down in this section here. If you aren't using our review service, please get in touch with your account manager if you want to. It is free. There's no additional charge. It's all part of your subscription. If you haven't seen how they look, this is our sort of fictitious funeral director website, but they do just sit in your testimonial section there. You can send out invites, and you can also reply back to any reviews that you receive, and they count towards a star rated widget, which can be added to your website. Sally mentioned as well about the new search functionality. So you've all now got access to this search box at the top of your partner area. And it just enables you to search for anything within your partner area. So I'm actually just going to do a search on the surname Walker, because I know there's a tribute page in there for Walker. So it automatically finds that tribute, but also any donations that have been made by anyone called Walker. And you can then drill into this, and I'll pass you back over to Sally in a moment, but you can actually drill into that donation and see all the relevant information. And you actually have, well, I won't steal Sally's thunder, but you do have the ability to manage that donation in a bit more depth than you ever were able to before. So I think that's it, unless anyone's got any quick questions. So reports, new reporting area, and then just that ability to cut the data with a bit more flexibility than you had before, and to set up a schedule. So I'm going to hand you back to Sally.
Thank you, Rich. So yeah, if anyone's got any questions or needs us to flip back into the live demonstration page, then just pop your question in the chat box. I just wanted to show, because we weren't able to show this in the demonstration page because we didn't actually have any live donations, was just this section. So we did a search for Smith and clicked on this donation. So you can see how much has been donated online, the date and time that it was made, but you can also see the payment details. So you can see the amount that was given, the gift aid, the recipient charity, and the fact that that donation has been paid across to the recipient. So that didn't show in the demonstration that Richard was showing, just because it wasn't an online donation. And as Richard said, you can also make amendments. So this is something that's brand new. So if a donor has made left a message and made a spelling mistake, then you now have the ability to be able to change that directly from your partner area. So you can just pop in the name of the donor in the search bar and then pull up the results, and then you can just click on that magic edit button and make the change. And you can also change whether it's visible on the actual tribute page, whether the person has included their name, and also the amount. So just a couple of things there. So the other thing that we wanted to chat to you about this morning was also going back to the reports, using the information that you get in those reports to promote yourself in social media. Because obviously you can see how much has been raised per branch or just in total, and you can also see how much has been raised per cause. So you should have, or you will be receiving an email from your account manager with some suggested text, which you can use on social media to promote or announce your kind of end of year fundraising total. So we supplied or are supplying 3 versions, which could be included on Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram. And then there were some ideas for information that you could put on Twitter as well. So those will have been emailed to you or will be being emailed to you today or tomorrow. And alongside that, we also gave 4 images which you could use, and we'll pop your logo into the relevant one that you would like. So a couple of options here. And we'll try and do these a little bit more in the future as well, so that you've kind of got a constant stream of ideas coming through from us to use. So I just wanted to share a couple of examples of how funeral directors are using Much Loved to help them create posts in social media. So Evelyn's Funerals, they did this last week, and that was their kind of end of year to date figure. And very quickly it got a couple of likes. So we took that screenshot not long after the post was made, and it already had quite a bit of activity against it. I wanted to also share a couple of other ideas of how funeral directors are using it. So CB Gower have just kind of announced that they have been working with Much Loved and gave a little bit more information about the actual sort of functionality of the tribute pages. And that received quite a good level of interaction. So quite a few kind of likes and hearts, but also a number of comments and also shares. A couple of other examples of funeral directors actually posting the sort of underlying tribute page and talking about the individual that they have organised the funeral for. And you can see the level of activity that these posts get as well. I know it's not for everyone, but we are seeing more and more of those posts coming along. So just ideas for you, really. And then the last 2, Jordan Young have used one of the end of year posts, and I'm sure there are others. I'm not capable of keeping track because I'm not very good on social media, so these have been passed over to me. So quite a few likes and a comment and a share. And then Burgess Hill of Family Funerals have added in a number of different messaging in their posts. So they've talked about their remembrance tree and placing a message on it. But they've also highlighted Grief Chat, which some of you may have yourselves on your own website, and you're very welcome to. Again, that's also free as part of your Optimum service. So you can have your own Grief Chat resource on your website. Or you can link to the service that Much Loved offer, which is directly on our website as well. And they also talk about how much they've raised during the year as well. So a number of different messages there, and that also received quite a good amount of activity. So that was everything that Richard and I wanted to share with you this morning. Unless anyone has any questions, I'll have a quick look at the chat. Apart from a few good mornings, I think that's it. I can waffle on a little bit just to make sure.
I was just going to very quickly jump in, actually, Sally, just
go for it.
If that's okay. I'm just going to quickly share my screen again, because as well as the updating the reporting functionality, we've also added a couple of other, you may or may not be aware of some of the other functionality we've added. So here you'll see my partner area again. You've also got now a QR code. Just click on the QR code. This will take you, you can download that and add it to the back of an order of service for sort of instant access to the tribute page. And obviously from your mobile device, you can then upload sort of pictures and videos and things directly onto the tribute page. But also you can actually now add the order of service to the tribute itself. So this column here, the order of service, just simply click on the plus, and you can then must be in PDF, but you can select that file, the order of service file, and then upload that, and that will then be accessible on the tribute page. We feel it's sort of an important part of the funeral service. It's a sort of memorial document, so it's sort of it lives within it. It also allows people who can't attend, if it's being webcast, can follow the funeral process in a bit more detail. Once you've uploaded it, the icon changes to this little dove icon. But that was about it. That's it from me.
Excellent. Yeah, that's everything from me. So all that's left really is to wish everyone a really very happy Christmas, and we'll be back at the end of January with our new selection of webinars. All the details are on your support site, but we will be emailing you out invitations and information on that. So thank you very much.
Oh, just one last thing as well. Just going to say, if you haven't received, if you haven't received that email with those templates, just send us a quick email, and they'll be sent over to you shortly.
Brilliant. Great. Thanks very much, everyone, and have a great day.
Cheers. Merry Christmas.